Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sober Jable. I am Joshua Abel. Yesterday I had the day off, which was fantastic. I was able to get a bunch of stuff done on my Etsy account. I was able to write another chapter in my book. I was able to work on some videos. I watched a movie. It was really fantastic. Callie was in a good mood all day. She sat next to me. We watched monkeys on the YouTubes. And it was just a good, relaxing day. Now today I'm off again, which is fantastic. And Katie and her family are out of the house. So they went to the Georgia Aquarium down in Atlanta. So they're traveling 3 hours down south to meet up with his family and tour the aquarium. I'm a little jealous because I lived there for over a year and I never went there. But there's good reason for that. I never had money and I didn't have a car. The side effects of drinking, for sure. So today, now that the cat's away, the mouse will play. What? Yeah! So let's get into party mode. Now, I used to get really excited to have the house by myself. When I was younger, even before started drinking, when my mom would just go out grocery shopping or whatever, and I would have the house to myself, I felt so liberated. I was able to do what I wanted. I could, watch whatever I wanted. I could eat whatever I wanted. And there was a freedom that came with that. Now, later in life, when I started drinking, especially towards the end, I would get really excited when Ryan, my ex, would leave town. He would go to a conference, and there were a couple of times where he would just go on vacation by himself. And I looked forward to it. I looked forward to it because then I could do anything I wanted. I could drink like I wanted. I could, do anything I wanted in the house. There was just this freedom and relaxation, and I didn't have to worry about appeasing anyone except myself. And, to an extent, that can be good, having time by yourself to, relax and take a deep breath in and just kind of chill. And now, now that I'm living with my sister and her family and, that warmth is in the house, I'm finding that I kind of miss it. I miss the commotion and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with myself for the rest of the day. I've gotten the lawn cut, so check off that list. I guess I'm just going to be binging on Netflix and writing my book and, just kind of chilling out. But yeah, I can tell you it's quiet. It's a little lonely. It was lonely when I was drinking, alone, and I would sneak. I was a real sneaky type person. So when someone would leave, when Ryan would leave or whoever, it was kind of relaxing because I didn't have to sneak around. I could just do it out in the open. But now I got to find what I'm going to do with myself. Does that make me boring? I don't know. But I'll check back in a bit. So I got a couple of things done. I got work done on my Etsy. I got the lawn mowed. I got some marketing done, and I'm really kind of hungry. So I'm gonna make myself an omelet. Now, I haven't made an omelet in, gosh, years. Years. And it's been a long time since I've even had an omelet. So I'm going to raid the fridge and attempt to make the perfect omelet. We'll see how it goes. So first things first, I need to figure out how to work this oven. It looks like I've got my skillet over here, so let's see, I'll turn this on just to get it going about a medium heat so that I can fry up my bacon. My bacon! Loving the bacon! Now, I'm looking around the kitchen, and I'm not familiar with this kitchen, so I don't know where a lot of things are. And I'm looking for a spatula, you know, something just to fold over the omelet. And I found this weird little thing. I think it's a spatula, although it looks more like a shovel for digging up bugs or something. I don't know. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, found a spatula. But it's like, I don't even know what you would do with this. It's not even as big as my hand. I'm gonna have to do a little more searching and scrounging to find a spatula. I found a spatula. Look at this thing. It's almost as big as my head. That might be a little overkill. I better keep looking. All right, got it. I think. We'll see how it works. Let's give this a shot, huh? All right, let's drop this fancy bacon into the pan. Bacon, of course, makes everything better. And Faith is right next to me. She could smell the bacon too. She knows what's up. Just gonna throw those in there. Gotta love that sizzle. Now while the bacon's frying up, I'll go ahead and cut up some turkey. We'll throw some down here. I didn't realize that there's 2 slices in each thing, so that should be good. And we'll go ahead and cut that up. Now these knives are not sharp at all, so I'm going to use a serrated knife to cut up this tomato. Just take about half of it. And I'll start cutting that up. I probably don't even need that much. Which is okay, because then I can have a slice of tomato to bite. Yeah, I don't need all that. I always kind of overindulge when I cook. I add extra of everything. I'm not very good at judging how much we would need. I always overcook when I do cook. So we got a lot of tomato there. We'll only use a little bit of that. So I like to put my seasoning in here. I forgot to hit record, but I put this cayenne pepper sauce in there and everything seasoning. Now, my sister got this and I was hooked. I put it on almost everything. It's great on salads. I also put it on my pizza, and it adds a flair to it. And then I just kind of mix it up. Now you can see that orange color. I may have overdone it on the chili powder or on the chili sauce, but whew, it's just gonna be good, I can promise you that. All right, that bacon is nice and crispy. I think I overdid it a little bit, but I like a good crispy almost burnt bacon. I kind of burnt some of the edges, but it'll continue to cook on a paper towel. I'm gonna dump this grease, but I'm not gonna clean it. I'm gonna use some of that bacon grease in the as a lubricant. Throw that back on there. Now we gotta add the egg mixture. Ooh, and that starts bubbling right away. Just kind of let that sit for a minute. All right, so it's thickened up. I'm just gonna kind of take in the edges. All the way around, and then let that mixture go where the edges once were. I can smell that burnt bacon. Oh well. Whew, that cayenne sauce is really coming through. I can smell it. It smells really good though. So now that it's pretty much thickened, there's still some liquid up on top. I'm gonna start throwing in my ingredients, my innards of the omelet. And I'm gonna put them all on one side. So I'm gonna add my turkey. Go. I'm gonna add some tomato. These are big chunks of tomato. I'm gonna add my bacon. Oh, this omelet is gonna be thick. I'm gonna add the peppers, so I'll add a little sweetness to that spice from the cayenne. And we can't have an omelet without cheese. That's a sin. Even if you're lactose intolerant, you have to add cheese. That's just how it goes. Now the most difficult part is trying to fold this. You see how thick that is? I way overdid it. And it won't even close. Oh my gosh, this thing's huge. I did not mean for it to get that big. But it does have a nice color on it. A nice golden color. So now I gotta wait for that cheese to melt. What I'm gonna attempt to do is flip it so the cheese is on bottom. Oh, crap. So this is probably why I don't have my own cooking show. We got stuff everywhere. Well, nothing a Clorox wipe won't help. So we'll just let that sit there for a minute. All right. So it got a little extra brown. I'm okay with that. Let's see how. Just put that on the plate. I did not realize this was going to be the size of a Volkswagen. And I'm not a big breakfast person. You know, I'll eat it for dinner or whatever, but I normally don't eat breakfast. Actually, it's almost 11 o'clock now, so I guess it's lunch. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it tastes. Hopefully it'll be all right. All right, so here's the real test. How does it taste? Now, the house smells kind of like burnt bacon and burnt eggs. So we'll see how this goes. Faithy's right here. She's ready for the leftovers if it tastes terrible. Now, one thing I absolutely hate, I love watching cooking shows. I think they're great. You get a lot of ideas and things like that. But apparently, everything they make tastes delicious. You know, Rachel Ray has cooked something that she's put in her mouth and just wanted to throw up. But yet, everything that she cooks, or Jamie Oliver, or any of those other chefs cook, they put it in their mouth and like, it's like they're having an orgasm right there on camera. I'm like, give me a break, please. Because you know, if you took that recipe and you tried it at home, and you missed some little thing up, it's gonna come out tasting like garbage. So again, this is my first attempt in years to create an omelet. It's a little hard to screw up. Now the presentation, it looks like a big pile of poop, but I guess it's all about what it tastes like. So let's give it a first bite. And you know I'm going to tell you the truth. So you can see it's kind of charred on both sides. I don't mind that so much, but it's always prettier if it has a golden texture to it. All right, I'm gonna call this one. Not my best creation. It's really salty from the bacon and that seasoning that I put in the eggs. I can't really even taste the cayenne pepper sauce that I put in, and I put a lot of sauce in these eggs. The eggs themselves are spongy, so I either need a lot more practice at making an omelet, or I need to not make them ever again. Not my best effort. But I hate wasting food, so I'm definitely going to eat the rest of this. But yeah, not my best. But that's all right. That's okay. I'll live to see another day.